Turkey, there are important biblical sites. I gave you one example with Antioch, but there are more. Like we have Tarsus. Did you hear about Tarsus? It's in the Bible as the landing, as the birthplace of Apostle Paul. We have Patara, south of Turkey, birthplace of Saint Nicholas. Ephesus, western Turkey, according to Vatican, is the house of Mother Mary. But once again, when these were happening, when disciple John came with Mother Mary, when Paul was born in Tarsus, or when they made the church in Antioch in Turkey, and Apostle Peter preached there, it wasn't Turkey. Yes, the land is the same, but people living that time was Roman Empire. And they were pagan, following Greek gods and goddesses, so they didn't want a religion which says there's only one God. The persecution that ended with Constantine and Theodosius. Then the Christians freely made monasteries and churches. This is a monastery founded in 4th century AD. Monastery and church is different. Church is only to pray inside, but monastery is school for Christians to teach religion and to learn religion, and they live in there. That's why not only church, but also this place has kitchen, food storage, dining room, because they lived in here. How long? 4th century AD, so about 1,700 years ago more or less, to 13th century, 900 years. This was a Christian Orthodox monastery. Orthodox. Europe, Western Europe was Catholic. This was Byzantine Empire, Eastern Roman Empire, and they were Orthodox Christians. After 13th century, monastic life was over, but the churches in here still used by the Christians. And most of the Christians here were Greeks, Orthodox. And when the Turks came, Seljuks, Ottomans, still there was no problem. Turks go to mosque to pray, Christians come to church to pray. Up to 1920s. But in 1920s, Ottoman Empire fell. The Turkish Empire fell. Greece was part of it. Before, Greece and Turkey was together Ottoman. So they split. Separate Greece and separate Turkey now because Ottoman Empire fell. And in 1924, Greece and Turkey agreed to exchange the people. The Turks in Greece, including my family, came to Turkey, and Greeks here went back to Greece. This was in 1924. It was an exchange between Greeks and Turks, but at the same time, it was like a Muslim and Christian exchange, because the only Christians in this place was the Greeks, and the only Muslims in Greece were the Turks. So when the Turks came back from Greece, mosques belonged to Muslims in Greece were empty, and the churches here were empty. For about 40 years this was empty. Then in 1960s, Tourism Ministry of Turkey converted this to a museum. That's how we call it, museum today.
Museum.
But originally a Christian monastery. But as I told you, we still have, not many, but we still have Christians, and they're free to have churches and monasteries. We still have Christian population, but majority is Muslim, but at the same time secular state. I want to show you the paintings also. Paintings were made to pray, but also teach the Bible. And two techniques was used to paint, which even you can see in the picture. Secco and fresco. Secco means dry, fresco means fresh. When you make secco, you make the colors from the roots, plants in the nature, and you paint on the wall. And these are cave churches. They paint on the wall, which is volcanic ash, so it absorbs the colors. Secco paintings are colorful, but they look faded. Look, St. George, St. Theodore killing the dragon, but you can say dragon is faded because of secco style. But fresco is different. When you make a fresco, you make a plaster first. You cover the wall with plaster and you paint on the plaster. Colors stay more bright and shiny. Both of them are 11th century AD. These are nearly 950-year-old paintings. But there was one more style, which you see, like these red geometric designs. Leon III In 8th century AD, he was the Byzantine emperor. And he said, human faces are idols. Idols are in paganism. Idol is like sculpture of Zeus. We used to worship the idols. We are Christian now. We shouldn't worship the idols. With this idea, he prohibits human face in the church, which we call iconoclastic time. That was about 120 years long, 8th to 9th century. In the churches, they only painted no human face, only painted geometric designs, crosses. After 9th century, prohibition was over, and they painted these in the same church. So first geometric designs, 8th and 9th century, then colorful human faces they were made. So briefly, the stories are Jesus, Mother Mary, John the Baptist. This you can see in the apse of the church. What is apse? The niche where the priest stands to read the Bible. You may see Jesus single there, or with Mother Mary and John the Baptist. Annunciation. Angel Gabriel talked to Mother Mary and says, you will give birth. Mary says, this is not possible because she is virgin. Angel says, if God wants, anything is possible. And that is the same story in Quran, by the way. Muslims believe Mother Mary was virgin when she gave birth to Jesus. Before the birth, Mary and Joseph go to Bethlehem for the birth. And birth was in a cold stable. Because of the cold, donkey, ox in the stable blow their warm breath to Jesus. So he feels warm inside. Mother Mary, disciple John, and the firstborn of Jesus. 3 kings gift Jesus. They found Jesus following the star in the sky and gift Jesus. And then angel spoke to Joseph in his dream and said, the king decided to kill all the newborn babies. So to protect Jesus and Mary, go away from here. So they're going to Egypt here, Jesus as a baby. Jesus grows up and he's baptized, baptism, by John the Baptist in Jordan River. And then Jesus had miracles. One of his miracles. Yes, sir.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Why in the I don't know too much. Why in the Bible they don't have like this in the middle Jesus? Because when God when Jesus show again it was 28.
Yeah.
This one very little.
Child, yes.
Child. Why? They don't have something like between.
The life of Jesus was written by 4 evangelists, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And they witnessed the life of Jesus, so they wrote all about his life.
Okay.
So, Bible tells his life, but not everything in very details. So, I like a summary. So, this here it says they go to Egypt because the king had a prophecy that the newborn baby will grow up and take over his kingdom. So the king decided to prevent this happen, we should kill all the newborn babies. And that was told to Joseph in his dream by the angel. So here, Mother Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus go to Egypt for protection. So the king cannot kill Jesus. But after he grows, he's baptized in Jordan River by John the Baptist. So each church is like a classroom here, because unfortunately in older times illiteracy was very high. People couldn't read much, and because they couldn't read the Bible, this was a way to teach the Bible. Each painting is a story of the Bible actually. Priests know it and they tell them. They also pray, of course, in the churches. This is a miracle. He could raise the dead. Lazarus died, wrapped with shrouds. Jesus brings Lazarus back to life. And then Jesus goes into Jerusalem. Back to Jerusalem. People welcome him. It says in the Bible, with the leaves of the palm trees. They welcome him. And here Jesus is talking with his 3 apostles, but suddenly Moses and Elias comes. And there is this bright light around them. 3 apostles see it and they're just watching it, hiding behind the rocks, because this happens suddenly.
And what is the name for?
Transfiguration.
No, the name for the.
The name of the, I should check the names, I'll tell you. 12 apostles and Jesus having the Last Supper. Last Supper is the time Jesus says, one of you will betray me. And that was Judas, who betrayed Jesus. Judas hug and kiss Jesus. He's always depicted with long beard. So this is Judas. Looks like this, but no.
Who is him?
This is Judas.
And this one?
Another apostle.
Another apostle.
All the apostles are there, but that is Judas. And the spears of the soldiers at the back, the Roman soldiers, they could recognize who Jesus was with Judas' kiss. And then, according to the Bible, he was crucified. They believe moon eclipse, sun eclipse take place same time when he was crucified. And these are three people. Who are they? Saint Basil, the Cappadocian saint, remember? From the first place, Monk Valley, Pashaba. I show you the caves where he lived. And he is the one who said we should make monasteries. So he is the founder of this monastery, Saint Basil, Cappadocian saint. Saint Thomas. Thomas is an apostle. He went to India. Apostles traveled the world to teach Christianity. Turkey had 4 of them: Peter, John, Philip, and Paul. Thomas went to India. This saint is from Egypt. He's a hermit. He's a saint, lived in desert. They depict him half naked, half covered with the leaf of the date tree. And the last one, George and Theodore. Many South American countries like Brazil, they believe George is from Cappadocia. And the story is this dragon was eating the food of the villagers. After the food finished, he began to eat the people. I just tell it shortly. Before the dragon ate the king's daughter, George came and killed the dragon and saved the villagers. So he is like a hero fighting for good people against the devil. And Theodore also helps him killing the dragon. This monastery has the dormitory here. The big structure is natural. Caves are man-made in it. That was the dormitory for the priests. And this was the dormitory for the women, for the nuns. So this structure is natural, volcanic. People made the caves just digging by hand with little tools and hammers. It may take, estimation is 4 years at least for one single cave, like a bedroom size, I can say. And up this side, there are multiple churches, kitchens and dining rooms. They have 2 rules here in this monastery for us to follow. Photos are allowed outside, in kitchen, in dining room. You can take photos, videos, but inside the church, they don't allow.